What is up, everybody? Sorry, I was just giving it a few minutes for everything to load up. For some reason, it likes to give me a lot of trouble when I start my broadcast, so I just had to double check, make sure everybody was there. Hopefully, everybody is having a good day. We're back here again on the Coronella. I have something new in store for you guys. Sorry, I didn't wasn't here for my normal daily episode or two, whatever, yesterday. I came in and I helped out Irish Wolf over there at Welker's doing the mega field, and that ended up being a 3 hour, about a 3 hour stream. So if you guys want to see a lot of combine work and 3 hours worth of harvesting over there for mega field of soybeans, then go ahead and check out Irish Wolf Gaming. Go ahead and check out his videos. So what I did, we have $130,000 in the bank still. We don't have a lot of money left. This is on hard mode. Here, we'll check make sure everything is on hard mode. I haven't really done anything on here yet, so economy's on difficult, or economy difficulty is on hard. Turn the traffic off from now. We'll turn that back on. Dirt is on fast. All off for all the auto buy stuff for all of them. Plant growth needs to be on slow. Plant withering. We'll leave that one off. I'm not too worried about plant withering, but crop destruction's on. Plowing's on. Lime is on. Weeds off. I don't like weeds, so weeds are off. We could do it, but I'm not worried about withering or weeds. Everything else is going to be all regular hard mode. Maybe later on we'll turn that on. Who knows? But yeah, that's how that is there. So let me just run you through it real quick. We'll start over here at the main farm. I'll show you real quick too for property. So what I did on hard mode, normally I think you start off with like no equipment, very little money, no property or anything. The Coronella, you always start with some equipment. So I sold everything off, all of everything, all the way down to where I had nothing. Um, and then so it's like just over $1 million it gave me, like just over $1 million. So what I did, be a little bit more challenging. It's almost a start from scratch, not quite start from zero, but start with a few things. So I did buy this pickup truck, the flatbed, just so we could do some smaller stuff, move some pallets around and whatnot. Just light work or whatever. I did, just for fun and for driving around, I did buy the Mahindra Retriever 1000. So that thing's pretty fun, just to drive around the farm. And then we'll cut through here. There's nothing in here yet. But I did buy, not lease, I did buy this Fendt 939 Vario. I think it's pretty sweet tractor. Yeah, so I bought this. Sounds really good. Super nice. I got the wides on it. The gray looks good. It's a pretty slick tractor. I like the front. That looks good. Real nice. So I did buy that. And let's see what's down here. I did buy, which I'm not really sure if I want this one. I don't think this has straps. I don't think I could strap anything on this. I might keep this just because I already bought it. But I'll do like the DO24 flatbed. I can strap pallets to it and tow it with the truck. But I did get the fifth wheel, so if I got rid of this, I'd take the fifth wheel off of the back of the truck. I might do that. I might switch that fifth wheel back to a regular hitch, so I have enough room on the back of the bed of the truck for two pallets. That fifth wheel kind of gets in the way. So I did lease this. I didn't plan on using this yet. I just bought it. I was like, I got it. I was gonna wait, and I got it. I'm like, I didn't mean to grab that yet, but I did lease this. It's not gonna hurt us too bad just having this sit here until we need it. we should be able to find some stuff to be able to harvest with that today, maybe, so we can pay for it for the leasing costs. And then there's nothing over here. So like I said, we got the bare minimum of what we need now. But we do have that tractor, which is going to come in very handy. And then I got this trailer here. This thing holds, yeah, I actually forget. Let's go ahead and check it out here. Go into trailers. It's a pretty high capacity for what it is. Yeah, 52,000. I was going to say 50, but 52,000 liters, and it holds every crop, everything, it holds everything, it says, so that's a good one. And so in our garage, this is what we have. We have the Fendt that I bought. I bought the truck, bought the retriever, and that. I might sell that eventually. I might keep it. I'm not quite sure yet. Then we'll go into leased items. So I leased the big New Holland. That's my favorite harvester, so I got that. That was about 25,000 or so for the leasing costs on that. And then I got this like van truck thing or whatever. I've never used one of these yet. I was gonna try it out. Slot count's a little higher than I like on it, so if that one's not good, I did lease that. It was like $2,000 to lease, so I leased that to try it out. I thought maybe we could throw some pallets on the back or do different stuff like that. It has the ramps and all that, so that's pretty slick too. So yeah, that trailer, and then oh, see, I thought. Oh yeah, so I just leased that. So I forget how much that was to lease. That wasn't too terrible to lease that either. And I got the Draper header. This thing's a little bit big for the map, but it's not terrible either. So um, I'd rather get this one because it has the built-in wheels and the pull along, where I don't have to put it onto a trailer. I might downsize to one that you have to put onto a trailer just because it's better for the map. That's why I also went with the smaller header. You could do a bigger corn header like this one right here, which is 12 meters, where this one's only 9. I tell you what, this one even folded is pretty wide, so taking it through a fence if you don't have it trailered, it's not that easy. So driving this one around the map on the big New Holland is pretty sweet. So I got that, and I got that. This is a forage wagon. So, for all of our grain and all that type of stuff, we'll be able to haul it in here. We'll be able to pick up straw and grass with that. That should get us going pretty well. Oh yeah, here's that little van. I'll show you that. And I just parked it over here for now. It's not a bad looking little van, truck. I'm not sure what you'd actually call this type of utility vehicle thing. Let me get out of here. But it's not too bad. It goes 75 miles an hour, and you can when you unfold it, it drops the ramps. That's an option. So not too bad. Fold that back up, and there is straps too, so you can you can strap it down wherever. So I figured maybe for some pallets it might be nice. This probably isn't the best spot to have it, but I'll just leave it here for now. So what we did, I went ahead and I bought, I think it's what, field 17? Yeah, field 17 over there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm still getting used to driving this thing. It's pretty touchy on the driving, on the steering. But it's a fun little thing. Good visibility out of it when driving around, so it's pretty fun. I was gonna take the shortcut there, But I think this little field, the gate, the corner of the field is up here on this side. So if you take the shortcut, you have to like backtrack. So it's just right here. The shortcut comes out a little ways down there. So this is our field here. Start us off cutting. I believe this is oats. Yeah, we have oats. This was only 50% fertilized, so the harvest won't be too crazy. But we are getting a bunch of straw off of it. We'll be turning that into compost to start. So we do have $130,000 left. Not a whole lot to work with, but we'll be able to lease a few more things. We just need to make sure we, keep an eye on leasing costs and stuff like that. We'll go over that for a sec too before we get going. So yesterday, so the total leasing costs. Oh, that was all today. I thought I was into the next day already. Nope. So right. So we just started this one. I think just a little bit of time passed the way I was able to open up the store. The store on this map doesn't open up until 9 o'clock, so it's kind of more realistic. Land purchases, it says there's. Oh, so new vehicles. We bought some. We bought the truck, the retriever. I bought the Fent. The Fent was $300,000 or something. I just wanted to buy that. I knew I wanted that. I didn't want the overhead cost. I knew that we had to at least make one large purchase. I didn't necessarily have to get the retriever or the truck right now. I could do all that work with the tractor if I had to. But I wanted to go ahead and get those going. So we have new vehicles is $410,000, 410 and $700, and then we have land purchases, 467.10, and then we have vehicle leasing costs is $42,000. So right now for the day we are in the red at $369,000 and some change. Um, it's not terrible. We have no loan at all. We're going to try to do it without taking any loans out. And the main number that we're going to focus on there is that $42,000 leasing costs. So our main goal today, before the day even ends, is to get that cost down. So if we could get that, even if we could try to shoot for around $300,000 in the red for the day, we'll be looking pretty good. But I do want to at least get rid of that $42,000 negative there. That'll be our leasing costs. That way, there's no, that way we don't have like the overhead costs that we have to worry about for leasing the equipment. That way, that's not even a daily leasing cost either. That's just the initial leasing cost. So that always costs a little bit more. But on the next day, let's go around. On the next day, you'll have to pay for your daily costs for your lease, but you won't have to pay like $25,000 for this. And as you see, this thing is almost full. I played on here just for a few minutes last night to kind of get this going. And we're almost there. Don't want to run over any crop. And we'll turn this off. We'll pipe out. We'll jump back over into the Fent. This is a nice slow tractor. I drove it around for a bit last night. Thing's slick. Sound good, drives good. Inside's nice. Nice gauges. The mirrors are really nice. Yeah, I love all that digital readout. It's like the 1000 Vario. A little bit different. It sounds a little bit different. This thing is sweet. If it has any other options to it. I don't think so. It's a pretty limited one. It was only it wasn't a very high slot count like some of those mod Fence or Valtras or any of that. They're like 40 something slots, but oh, that's not the right one. They're like 40 something slots, but they have all the windows and all the bells and whistles on them that move and close and open doors and all that fun stuff. Some will have like the beacon lights fold and all that. It's pretty sweet. So I'm going to go take this on down to 17. Something else I've noticed on this map that you'll probably see a lot when I play this map. When you're driving in cab, you see that flashing? So much flashing going on. And I heard that that was doing that on the original map, but this one is the updated Coronella map. So I thought they fixed the flashing on the update. This one, like you see, driving through certain areas, it just flashes like crazy. You see that? That's crazy. But it doesn't do it when you're out of cab. Oh, we're not picking up straw yet. Get over here and dump this guy out. But a lot of times you drive in cab on this map, it's not too bad. But when you're driving through the road area sometimes, and it'll get like super flashy like that. See, even out here I guess too. Look at that flash, isn't that weird? Out of cab, nothing. So I'll try to do some in-cab driving and stuff like that, but you know, I don't want to give anybody a seizure by watching my video from driving in cab. We'll go ahead and leave this here for now. After we finish this field, we'll get all the grain out of here, at least trailered, and then we will go and grab the forage wagon and start picking up straw, dumping it into our bunker silo on our main farm there that we bought. So there's various ways of starting out on a map. This is just the way that I prefer to do it. You know, you buy a little main farm or a little piece of land where you can start your own farm. Some maps you don't have like a main farm that you start at, so you know, if you're doing a different map and it doesn't have a main farm, at least pick a little plot of land where you can throw up a shed, maybe a farmhouse, pressure washer, a little vehicle workshop, whatever, you know, whatever you want to put on your little pad there. So, but I always start off by buying the first little piece of land, the first little pad. You know, on this map I bought the main farm, and then I started off by buying one field. I chose this field because the oats were almost ready for harvest. Well, actually, they are ready for harvest. So I bought them, or I bought this, started doing the oats. And the reason why I wanted to start doing the oats, for one, I don't mind harvesting oats, but for another, they put out straw. So we enabled the straw swath and got busy getting this oat harvested to get the straw on the oats. So hopefully the oats compensate for some of that $42,000. The straw and stuff we will just pile that up there. We will be putting into our silo, a bunker silo, for compacting and fermenting into compost. As soon as you pick up the straw and you dump it into the bunker, it turns into waste. It's no longer straw. It doesn't turn into chaff, nothing like that. It turns into waste. And waste you ferment, just like you do chaff into silage. Takes, you know, a little bit of time. And then, yeah, you'll have a bunch of black gold. So after that, we'll be able to take however many liters of compost we make off of this field here, and we'll start running it down to Coronella, probably just in that trailer there to get us started. We'll do some loads of that, and then we will work our way up. You know, I don't want to get too far ahead in equipment. I want to be able to do what we can with what we have. As soon as we cover that $42,000, it will only be covering daily cost, running costs, and stuff like that to keep us going, and then, you know, profit on top of that. So after we get past this first day, we'll try and be really productive. We'll see how much we can get in this whole day. Playing on hard mode as well, you got to make sure that you are getting. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream, man. I should have piled all that straw up. Usually I wait until it gets done emptying out the straw on the ass end of it there to start flipping it around. Now that little bit is all over the place. If you keep your swath nice and neat, it's a lot easier to pick up. Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping in and watching my live stream. Make sure you go in there and check out my other videos and stuff too. Like and subscribe, share, comment. Appreciate the comment there. It just makes these live streams feel that much more alive when somebody's there, you know, to talk to and whatnot. I don't mind talking to all the YouTubers and farmers out there and whoever's going to be watching this video later. You know, just having someone there on the live feed, it definitely makes it that much more exciting, more fun, more alive. I like that. Definitely makes it a lot more fun. But just being able to talk to you guys on YouTube and everybody who's going to be watching this in the future, um, all that also makes it fun and exciting as well. So we'll go ahead and bring this guy over here. And we don't need this harvester for a little bit, so I think I'm going to go ahead and tow it on back, get it washed up, and at least for now we'll get it stored. It doesn't really have a lot of time on it. Oops. Doesn't have a lot of time on it, so I'm not too worried about it getting repaired at all. Drop that. Nope, not that. We'll go ahead and fold this harvester up. Makes it a little bit easier to drive it around, not so like long when everything's folded up and you're trying to get into tight little areas and stuff like that. It just makes it more compact. I don't know why I always like having the beacons on. Yeah, see, so on these back roads here, it's a tight map. This Draper, it's a little loose on the towing, so sometimes it likes to flop around and get snagged up on some stuff. Well, same with my driving. I guess I was just worried about that Draper making that turn there, I guess. Come on. Come on. There it goes. It should pull past that. Sweet. Like I said, this thing's a beast. It's really big, especially for this map. I do like this harvester a lot. This Draper is a little big. I might downsize just a little bit, so we don't have to worry about that. And I do want to put down a pressure washer right here. So we are going to do, let's put it right here, pressure washer. I always like washing up all my equipment, putting it away right. That way when you pull it out next time, it's all ready to go. This map here is Coronella. It's a super nice map. There's this is also on PlayStation, but there's about 4 new crop types. You can make cheese and sunflower seed oil, flour. What didn't I say? You can make laminate boards. You can make pellets. You can't have that new straw harvest pellet on here, just because there's already so many fruit types on here. You can already make pellets and stuff. So this is too many fruit types on the grounds, is what it tells you if you try to load in with the straw harvest mod. But man, I love this map so far. Super nice. It's on the smaller side, like a European style map, but I like it a lot. This one and Sussex Farms are my 2 favorites. If you haven't checked those videos out there either, make sure you check out all that Sussex stuff, and there's some other stuff on there. I'll be back on Sussex. I'll probably do an episode on that tomorrow. Also, we have No Man's Land. I've been working on plowing the entire map to get it all ready. We dropped a bunch of lime already, a bunch of fertilizers down already, and we're still plowing at the same time. So we also have the big Borgalt pack on there. I set up the big seeders with the big bud with triples, and I've been pulling around the big seeder on there and laying down some soybeans. But we're doing soybeans on the entire map in one field. Still not sure if it's completely possible yet, but you guys will have to check it out. You have to stay tuned and see if I'm either crazy or smart or crazy or both, or who knows. Who knows what's going on with that. So we're going to leave the harvester here. I like parking the corn header behind it. This draper fits really good right here. That way when I need it, you know, all I have to do is either pull out and swing around, grab the corn header, or all I have to do is come out like this, swing the butt around to this thing, and then I can, uh, when I come over to grab from here, you know, all I'm doing is picking up, and then it's facing this way, so, you know, the end sticks out right there. I drop it, I grab it, and I can go. But for now, I always like to drop these on the ground, that way they're not rolling around. And I don't know why. I've always liked dropping the headers like that on the ground, so they sit secure and don't move around a whole bunch. So I'll just back this back in here again. I just want to show you that's kind of why I have this set up down here. It doesn't fully fit in the shed, but it's pretty slick, so I don't mind having it like that. So we'll go back over here and see we only got 20,899,000 liters of oats. So we're just going to be selling right off the field most likely, just to get our money up. Man, oats are way down. So this is going to be a lot of work. You can see the type of money that we're looking to get back for today, and the economy is on hard. So like for example right now, over at the grain station, oh, you know what? The Cooperative L Linz, I'm not sure, how you say that. Um, they're at 361 right now. So we'll probably take it over there. You don't like the square fields? I used to always play on square fields and stuff like that, playing 15 and 17 and stuff like that. But now, after playing for so long, when you start doing your rounds and making your turns, it's so much more efficient if your field's round. You do just like, you know, you're not able to drive in a straight line. You can't set workers as easily. But if you're the type of person like I am that likes to do most of the work, when you're setting up like a rounded end on a field, it's way more efficient to run a harvester and stuff like that. If you're not stopping and turning around, you're just continuously going. So um, I like rounded edge fields now. I just played on square. A whole other farm on this map as well. Not just the main farm, there's a whole other farm set up with all the same storage. My last video I did on this map, I was showing off a lot more of the storage and whatnot as well. So if you're wondering about different storage and stuff, go ahead and go back and check out my other video on that. Oh, yep, there it is. I thought that grate was longer than that. So we're going to dump that in. Yeah, it's not going to give us very much. But that's why it's hard. Up 7.5, so almost 8. About a fifth of what we need, so we have to do that, you know, oops. We have to do that 5 more times today. But no big deal, it is only 10:30 in the morning. So 10:30 in the morning, we've already made $7,555, look like. Oh, sorry, peeked down at my phone. For some reason, I lost connection with that. Yeah, also, if you guys have, like, trouble hearing me, or, oops, I looked down again. Sorry about that. If you guys have trouble, like, hearing me or anything like that, let me know. I can speak up or shut up or, you know, any of that stuff, too, so. I'm still getting used to this whole streaming thing, and it's just through my PlayStation here, so. These videos and the content and stuff like that they'll be pretty raw for a while. This will be the roughest they're ever going to be for videos and content. But hopefully this one has some decent content for you guys. I actually started this map over. I did start, oh, you're lagging a little bit? Yeah. Well, I apologize about that. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, I did start off Sussex as a pretty new one with you guys. That's that shortcut. Just go over here. But this one I started off like from scratch with you guys here. Besides buying a couple pieces of equipment, I was going to show that, but I just decided not to show that. Start off with some work getting done, so that's where we're at with that. So hopefully this one, you guys got to get to see even like on a hard mode. Um, hard mode is hard. If you play everything like that, like we just did that um, load of oats over there. It didn't give us really a lot, so it's definitely going to take some work to get up there. But as soon as we get this compost going, the compost is really nice. I got a little lag there too. The compost is really good because straw is so cheap, and you can turn it into compost. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll take this here, and we're gonna back up. We're gonna grab this other one. Really like this fence so far. I have never driven this one. I've driven all the other ones, as you guys know. This one is pretty sweet. Not the highest horsepower, but it's going to get it done with everything that we need to get done. I do love the way it sounds. Sounds pretty mean. Nice diesel-y rumble it has there. What we're going to be doing now is picking up all the straw. And just up the hill there on our main farm is a bunker silo that we'll put all this straw into. I'll go ahead and lower that. See if I can't pick up some of this beginning a little bit here. This is when we were first, oops, lower the pickup, turn it on. When we first got into the field, you can see the fields are really tight. So when you first get your header in here, it's a little tight. You crush a little bit of crop sometimes. I probably crushed just a little bit getting in here, but it's not too bad getting in these fields here. You said I would do this, but I have like 6 hours of homework a day. Well, I'll make sure your homework gets done. After you're out of school like me, you have more time in the day if you want to make it. I do have family, I have kids and stuff, so I got way more than 6 hours of work every day in my normal life. I'm laid off right now because of the whole coronavirus thing. I'll be back to work whenever they reopen the shop, but I do a lot of stuff each day, and a lot of times I can still squeeze in a whole shift on here as well. I'm just crazy like that, I guess. I like this game. It's super addictive, super relaxing, especially trying to come up with new content for you guys. It's never easy coming up with new content, new ideas. But it's been a blast so far. So, doing that's really want me to put in the extra work and the extra time, especially doing all these other maps, helping Irish Wolf, and also trying to prep No Man's Land for one big field. It's been a lot of work. My dumbass has been staying up way too late. But, I don't mind. We got our first load already. 50,000 liters. Not too bad a capacity. We're just going to buzz this up the hill here. Hopefully we can go fast. That's the... Oh, did I just get stuck on there? Oh, I got lucky, I think. Come on, get off of there. I was just going to say that these roads are tight, so if you're going too fast, you got to be careful. And I just had it on cruise control going full speed. Ah, man, that flash, and I really, really wish that flash wasn't on the map like that. So this is our bunker silo. It comes on your main farm. It's kind of a split, not quite a split level, but split farm between the road there. So this whole area here is all on your main farm as well as over there. You got like your lime storage and stuff right there. But all I do is I back up into here and see it says fill level waste 0. So this goes from straw, and see how it turns colors. You kind of see how it's changing colors back there. It is now turning into waste. We'll just go like this. And I think we will be leasing probably a big wheel loader with a high dump bucket on the front. We'll probably lease one of those as well, just so we can get that compacted and stacked up nice, and get it all ready to go. So as you can see, that 50,000 liters filled up super quick. Here, let's see if we can grab a little bit of this here. Oh, turn it on. Yeah, as long as we might as well try and grab this a little bit. Come on, pick it up. I'll get that little bit on the way out. And instead of driving all the way over there, I'm just going to jump in right here and start picking up more. Yeah, it's a pretty easy process. Oh, missed a little bit back there. If you missed little bits, you can go back and get it like that. We have a lot of time today to get our stuff done. But if you miss little bits, usually it's not even worth it to go back and get it, But that's if it's straw and you're like doing baling. This is straw that we're using for compost. So if you're leaving little bits, that could be some hundreds of dollars you're leaving too. So, a lot of times we want to be able to grab just about everything, if not all of it. If it's a little bit like right here on the ground, right in front of the camera there, not a big deal. If it's a little chunk like that under my tire, then I'll definitely grab it. Oh yeah, cool. You said you started playing Farming Simulator 17, and I have 19 on PS4. Yeah, nice, man. I got 15 on the Xbox 360. That's where I started playing, and I have 17 and 19 on the PS4. Yeah, nothing on PC or nothing. I'm strictly console for now. I think it's going to be a long time until I'm actually able to have a nice gaming PC. I do need to get a new PC just to be able to edit videos and be able to look at comments on my screen right next to me and stuff like that while I play. But console gets it done, man. We got a lot of new stuff coming out in the future with new systems and stuff, so I love playing on console. I do still want to get the Farming Sim 19 Logitech steering wheel, pedals, side panel set. It's like $200. You just plug and play. You plug it right in, and you got a control panel to operate stuff, a joystick on that. You got the steering wheel with the joysticks in the middle of the steering wheel, nice foot pedals. So yeah, I just wanted to I picked that field because, for one, like I said, the oats were ready for harvest. And for another, there was straw for the oats. And then lastly, it was pretty close to the main farm there. So now we do own that farm. We're going to try to go around and do a little bit more work around the farm. I'm not sure. We'll probably pick up a contract, maybe even. We'll see what contracts are looking like as well. But that's after we get completely done with what we have to be able to complete with our own stuff. If we run out of stuff to do, we'll pick up a contract here or there. Yep, so we already have 100,000 liters in there. And I've never checked what the compost is going for um, on a hard economy. So scroll down here to compost. There it is. So at Fertinella, we're only looking at $544, which is very low because normally it's at least twice that on regular mode. But we're playing on hard mode, so over there at Fertinilla compost 544. Do I have any loans? This is how many loans I have. I have 0 loans. I have $133,000, 320, or I have $133,321 in the bank, 0 loans. I do have $42,000 worth of running or leasing costs for the day that I have to cover. So running cost so far has only been $1. No, this is going to be on hard mode here. I'm going to try not to take any loans. I think we could probably get away with not taking any loans. We will have to lease stuff until we can afford it. But as long as you could cover your leasing costs and make a little bit of profit on top of that, we're going to be able to make that happen. You know, on this one, I was able to buy a few things. The Coronella, even on start from scratch on hard mode, they they still give you equipment. So I sold everything they had. They had a harvester and a couple small little tractors. They did have a John Deere tractor, like a 7R. Um, I could have kept that, but I wanted just to sell everything off, start, from scratch. And I also don't like the slot count. Oop, I missed a whole bunch there. I don't like the slot count on the John Deere stuff as well. This one was probably like 12 or 14 slots, where, that John Deere is like 40 slots, 41 or something. Miss little bits here and there. But like I said, if you miss little bits, it's not that big a deal. But getting compost, you wanna try to get as much as you can picked up. On bigger chunks like this, you might miss a little bit on the side like that. Just gotta swing back and try and grab it. Oh. But yeah, this loading wagon does pretty well. We could also pick up grass and stuff with this. Yeah, we're just going to keep on making our way around this field until we're all picked up. And later on we'll come back and, I'll probably have to lease a small cultivator. I'll probably have to lease a little lime wagon. I'm not sure if this land needs lime over here. I'll probably buy a small 6M plow. We'll probably need to do some plowing and such, so I don't think that's very expensive to buy a little 6M subsoiler. Come on, pick it up. So we will be doing that. To get some seed put back down on this ground to get our next crop. But we're gonna see what we can do just today before we start messing with this field. If we do get to that point where we can, there's nothing left to do, but we do have a little bit of money to go and lease a couple things today to start putting seed down and fertilizing and stuff, then we will. So this will already be 150,000 liters of straw. I'm not sure how much that field's going to do down there. It might get us, who knows, it might get us 500,000 or more to start. That won't be too bad. This is your last week of school, huh? Um, where you're from? My kids have been out of school for a while now. All the schools have been shut down for the rest of the year, unless you're doing like kind of homeschool stuff, or what are you doing? Like my kids have been doing like homeschool type work. My 7-year-old daughter, she has an iPad that the school gave her, like loaned her or whatever, to be able to do all her schoolwork on. So that's pretty sweet. She's been doing a great job with that. Smart girl. I had her helping me plow earlier. She had the big bud with the big cultivator on there, and she was plowing up no man's land for me a little bit. It'd be fun as she gets older to get her involved with some of this farming, because she's only 7. She's like has such a tiny little voice, but she's very well spoken, and man, she's smart. She's a little gamer. Every little game, she wants to start doing her own little streams on Fortnite. She has her own little YouTube channel, so she wants to start doing her own little streams and stuff because she saw me doing mine. I told her I'd get her all set up on that one of these days. Probably pretty soon. She's a good girl. We'll probably miss a little bit there. Oh yeah, on both sides. That's why when I run the harvester, a lot of times when I stop a line and try before I turn, I'll drive backwards with it, so it unloads the straw swath on top of the other one. It makes it more even instead of just a big ball. And that's that little swoop right there I just drove over. That's where I didn't stop and wait for it to unload and back up. I just kind of went and I turned, and it makes it a lot harder to pick up. So if you can like keep your swath line neater and straighter, it's a lot better, a lot easier to pick up. You see, we're making some progress on this. I don't know why the map is so glitchy, like in the screen. Like I'm sure you guys saw a little flash right there in the background. It's almost like the in-cab flash that you get. Looks like we'll have enough to come back for one more load. Which it's not going to get us as much as I thought, I don't think. But if it could get us anything, it's better than nothing, right? So, oh, we're 100%. Ohio, huh? Cool. Well, I'm glad you're watching this video all the way from Ohio. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing like homeschool stuff, and at least they're not going to make you guys redo the whole year, huh? Oh, you got a Chromebook? That's sweet. We'll take care of it. Make sure you do all your work. It's funny, my oldest son is 15, and he's smart. He's a super smart kid, but his grades were not doing too well. And yeah, that's just because he's in high school and he has so many distractions in high school and stuff. So now that he's been home doing work and stuff like that, he finally has no Fs. You know, he's caught up on stuff like that, and it's just funny. Like, for some people, it's like being at home works. For some people, it doesn't. For some people, they get distracted a lot more at home. Some people, they don't, you know. Alright, so I think we got one more load down here. For some reason, it looked like there was a lot more straw down here, but oops. A lot of these fields are, they're not that big, so easy to buy in the beginning. You know, it doesn't cost $2 million, but you know, it wasn't cheap either. So it wasn't the most expensive, wasn't the cheapest. If you're playing on like easy mode, easy economy, and stuff like that, you know, these fields do fine. especially with the yield there. We would have got, you know, triple our money that we got off of that. But we're playing on hard economy. And yeah, this one's going to be a challenge. What kind of gave me this idea was watching Silly P's new thing that he's doing. He always gives me all my ideas. People give him his ideas, and he comes up with his own stuff. But Silly P, Mr. Silly P, gives me almost all of my ideas. I have some of my own as well, but I don't steal his content, so to speak. But when his creative juices start going, it starts making mine go. So he started his new debt collector series there. Make sure you guys check that out. He's already like over $1 million in debt to start out. It's pretty fun. A's and B's, that's good. Good for you. Are you in high school or what? Middle school? College? We're just about down here. Oh, we're not almost done. I forgot that whole row back there. Middle school, that's cool. Well, good for you. Keep those grades up, especially when you get to high school. There's a lot of distractions and stuff like that. I'm not sure what like the future holds for, you know, even going to school, but stay focused, man. A lot of that stuff, you know, high school is fun, but a lot of that stuff doesn't even matter. Once you're older, you're going to be going back like, oh man, I wish I would have done this and done that. So when you get to high school, take your time and focus, and you know, have a good time. It's not a rush. You know, it's like it's a long period to get through high school, a lot of work to get through high school, but man, take your time and enjoy it. You know, high school only comes one time in your life, so I liked high school. I wish I could go back and do it again. I didn't enjoy it. Oops, see, we get one more load come back. I didn't enjoy it as much while I was there, but once I wasn't there anymore, it was fun. So take your time in high school. Don't let all the girls distract you, because they will. A lot of those younger relationships don't last anyway, so I always tell my kids, focus on yourself. You know, don't worry about other people and stuff like that. Don't worry about what other people say or think. Just worry about what you say and what you think and what you do, is what I always tell my kids. So back this up one more time. And this will be 250,000 liters, so we'll have 250,000 here. I probably could have just leveled this out a little bit better while I was dumping it in here. You know, compacting is almost nothing here, so you know, we do have to come in here. I might just be able to compact it down with my trailer or my tractor here in just a bit. I'll go grab the last little bit of this, and we'll come back here and get this thing compacted down. Because if I don't need to get a wheel loader right now, man, that flashing is crazy. If I don't need a wheel loader right now, I won't lease one right now. I know that I will need one eventually to load it, or I can see about leasing or buying a conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt will load it right into this trailer here, or no, the other trailer. Conveyor belt's pretty cheap. I might see about buying one. I do use them pretty often, so I might just see about purchasing one just to keep, and I'll use it all the time. So we'll see what the cost and the lease cost on that is. We don't need every little bit. Almost every little bit is gone. This will get her done right here. Yeah, it's a really beautiful map. I love this map a lot. Like I said, it's probably my favorite. But Man, I wish they'd fix that flashing. Oh, 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 oh. Like, has nobody that designed this game or um, any of this, have they not gotten to a vehicle and drove around in cab in this map? Because, yeah, look at that. It is flashing like crazy. I love doing in-cab driving, but man, sometimes. That's the thing about this map, too. You gotta do a lot of in-cab driving. You don't have to, but um, when I'm driving through the roads and trees and stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier to drive. That way you can actually see where you're going. There's so many trees, a lot of low-hanging stuff in this map. I'll just dump that. And for now, I'm just going to park this right here. Just like this. I'm just going to work on driving up and down this for a little bit. I should have had this, like, I usually load the silos all the way up, so my first instinct is just to start in the back and get it all topped off, but since we didn't have that much to be able to work with right now, I'm just going to work on doing this for a little bit here. You know, I'm going to go grab a low loader, or a wheel loader. Why not, you know? To see what the leasing cost on something like that is. I'll buzz down here to the shop. We're going to go into wheel loaders. We got the Kloss pack on here, so we do have both of those. That one's pretty cute, actually. Not too bad. The New Hollands aren't too bad on here as well. I'm a big fan of the JCBs. Both of these are pretty sweet. Let's see, that one's only 8 slots. So, you know, you got these ones 27, 23. This one's only 8 slots here. So, you know, it's not too bad. Hey, what's up? We got somebody else in here. I appreciate you guys watching. What's up, everybody? Yeah, it means a lot to me that you guys, you know, want to watch my streams and stuff like that. That's why I like to do them. So this one's only 8 slots. This one's the winner. Let's see how much it costs to lease. Initial leasing cost is $9,000. We definitely can't buy it yet. Rim color. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the yellows like that. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, either Michelin or Trelleborg. Oh, no, Kians. Or you have the Trelleborgs. Yeah, you got the front twins. Or standard. I will do standard with the Trelleborgs. I'm a big fan of Trelleborgs. I just think they look really good. A little extra knobby and stuff like that. I think the Trelleborgs are the best looking. That's just my personal opinion. So not that many options on that. Where you can change the rim color. It's kind of cool. So we are not buying. We are going to lease for $9,302. So now we have $124,000 left. So again, that will be upping our daily leasing cost to will be around 50 grand, I bet. We'll go in here, wheel loaders again, and we're gonna come down here. We got a bunch of different stuff on here because it's the Sears Z pack. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, they got everything on here. They got all kinds of different stuff. So if you're looking for any kind of attachments and stuff like that, that pack is the best. But this one here, I'm pretty sure it's the right one. Yep, I can change the color. This one here is my favorite bucket. I'll just go with black. And total price on this is only $5,800. So I'm gonna buy that. So now we have $118,000 left. Go over here to the store. Oh, actually, no, I'll leave this down in the field for now. I meant to bring the retriever back. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the JCBs. I don't know, I've always liked them. They drive really well and stuff, so I'm always a big fan of the JCBs with the high dump on it. Turn our beacon on. And yes, the main store, the gate opens at 9 o'clock, I think that one opens. and I think it closes at 6 or 7 o'clock. A few things open at a few different times around, so you know, you just got to get used to when things open and close and stuff like that. You know, if you're like, oh, I want to buy a harvester or something. If, like, so for example, on this one, if you go and it's towards the end of the day and you're like, oh, I want to lease a harvester, 25 grand, right? Well, when you go in there and you lease it later than the gate is open and they're closed, your harvester will be sitting in there for 25 grand, but you can't get that harvester out until the next day. So you always got to make sure you watch that. And I went ahead and just bought this bucket. You know, one more thing that we own, it wasn't that big of a purchase. And our main thing that we'll probably be doing on here to start will be compost and stuff like that. So we'll do compost. Eventually we'll do silage for the cows. So, you know, my goal on here is to get some chickens going. We'll get pigs going, cows going. Chickens are cheap, so we'll probably get chickens going pretty quick. As soon as we have something to feed them. Get a little egg production going. But there is, like I said, there is flour, sunflower seed oil, what is it? Cheese. There's boards, laminate boards. There's pellets, and you have to like buy the factory and stuff like that. But you don't, or you know, you could get all those things going. So once you buy the factory needs in it to start going, and that's something else as well. So doing all that's pretty fun. Like my other Coronella map I was showing you guys, I think I own all of the production places on that map. That one was not hard mode, but I did start from scratch on that one. So starting from scratch on that one, playing on like easy economy, you know, it was pretty simple. That was another reason why I decided to do a harder mode on this one. And this one is going to be tough, no doubt. It's going to be tough, but it won't be too bad with this compost. I don't think we're taking something that's almost not valuable at all and turning it into something. So I think that's pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm just coming down here, grabbing some of this top bit here. That wasn't a full bucket. Just to try to like spread this out so we can get it compacted down a little bit more. You see how it's compacting, kind of moving around down there. Yeah, I don't mind showing you guys the work that I do. Some of this type of stuff normally be like off camera. You guys did watch me do a lot of silage prep and stuff like that over there on Sussex Farms. If you guys haven't seen any of the Sussex stuff yet, definitely check that out. There's a lot more to come from Sussex. I did do some government subsidies on that one. Started off with some equipment, so it's already established farm equipment-wise. We started a bunch of cattle and pigs, and you know, the pigs are going absolutely crazy on there. We've already bred, you know, 150 pigs in like a day, maybe 2 days, day and a half. We're getting about 80 pigs a day or so right now. So with that higher amount in there, they're gonna start. You know, we'll be doing over 100 pigs a day probably. I'll make sure you guys check out that map as well. Last night we harvested on Welker's farm. We harvested just over 500,000 liters of soybeans. It's a 3-hour stream on that one. So if you guys want to go check out that one, I didn't stream that one. I was on Irish Wolf. I was on Irish Wolf's map. So check out Irish Wolf Gaming over there on YouTube. He has a bunch of stream stuff. I'm on some of his stuff over there. Oops. Made a little dip there, huh? Get that filled back back in just a little bit there. Don't need such a dip there. Sometimes like a big chunk will go in your bucket, and you know you didn't mean to dip so far with it. But it's okay while we fill in that dip right there a little bit. We are compacting right now, so we're not doing too bad. Yeah, we're at 27% already. See if I can scoop that up a little bit smoother there. Yeah, I try to get it pretty flat, and then when I usually fill up the bunkers all the way, I top them off as far as I can get it, make them all flat on top and compacted down. I think on my other save game on this map, this bunker was holding 1.8, 1.5, 1.8 million, so it holds quite a bit. I just want to get some of this stuff right here taken down. That was already one scoop, just that little tiny bit. Yeah, I love the capacity on this for sure. Just gotta back drag nice and slow. Just getting it spread out here a little bit. And as we're doing that, it's also compacting it down too, so yeah. We gotta do what we gotta do here. And I'm not regretting going to get the wheel loader at all. It would have took us a while to try to compact that down the way it was sitting in there with just the tractor. And also a little tip too, I noticed that having the extra weight in the front of this thing, it sure compacts this stuff down a lot faster with the extra 8,000 liters in the bucket. See how it just digs in and compacts it down really good. There's a lot of weight up front. You could bounce the whole thing around. If you get stuck too up here, you could bounce the whole thing around. So like when it's coming down, look at that, you can bounce this thing. See that? So that weight it's in there. It does like react to that. So you know, if you get a scoop just for extra weight, and you just go around, it does help you like compact all this stuff down. Yeah, I'm not sure how long the stream has been going either. I think we're maybe just over an hour right now. Appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, this will be a fun little hard mode one, but the kind of fun, silly one that we're going to be doing is that No Man's Land. It's been taking some work. It's not going to take as long to get the map going as I thought. I thought maybe it'd be like a 2 or 3 week project. It's only been like maybe 4 days, and I haven't, I've been doing all the other maps and helped Wolf last night for 3 hours on his map, and yeah, I've been putting in some work and stuff like that on other maps, not just the Lone Oak, or sorry, not just the No Man's Land. But yeah, every time I'm working on there, it makes me giggle. Just because it's one of those things where like, yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Well, I think we're going to be able to do that. Yeah, it might still take some time, because once we get it all planted, it all has to grow, and then after that, I could speed up the time, but I just wanted to be all nice and even there. Make sure it's all fertilized and whatnot. A lot of fertilizer already on the land after plowing. But what I want to do is be able to set up a bunch of harvesters, drive out in the middle of the field, start a little base camp out in the middle of the map, and kind of work our way from the center to the outside there. I'm not sure if harvesting is all the way possible. Still not sure if seeding is all the way possible. But man, we're gonna try our hardest. And yeah, I had an online friend. He came on just for a little bit and started helping me plow and stuff. He didn't work that much on there, but I appreciate the help. But most of what's been done on that map has been all of me as well. So you can't have workers plow your land for you. Plowing doesn't work too well. You know, unless you're in the tractor. Let's go. We're at 60% here. I think with this book, I'm just going to go back and forth here. See what we can do. Yeah, you have to have this compacted a full 100% before you can blanket it off to start your fermenting. $66, we're not doing too bad. It's pretty evened out there. 70%. This shouldn't take too much longer. I know sometimes these kind of steps are a little boring. And like I said, this is some of the stuff that I would normally show off of camera. I'd prep the whole silo and whatnot, and you know, get it ready for showing you guys the completed part. You know, but this is going to be that hard mode one, so it's going to be slow going on my episodes for this one. But I also want to show you guys, show you guys the way I do it, and show you guys that even on hard mode, like I will have some mods on here, like this whole thing here is a mod, the bucket's a mod, you know, stuff like that. There is going to be mods on here, but it's going to be definitely hard economy and not that much funds, you know, stuff like that. So definitely is not going to be the easiest map I've done, not even close. But I like the challenge. The challenge is what makes it more exciting, so let's drive around with this slow. Just trying to kind of even everything out and compact it on down. These silos are kind of weird too on the sides. It doesn't fully fill in. Some of the bunker silos that can stuff them to the brim. Some of these silos on this map, there'll be little areas like this area, like right here. It doesn't like to fill. I think it's right here where this big crack is. It'll I'm sure it's right back here. It'll stop filling it in, like almost like there's a hole. Maybe it's one of those cracks right there. It's just like a hole that it doesn't let fall. Maybe it was right there. See that? It is not like that spot. We're at 81% now. See, once you get it kind of like leveled out, you can like cruise around on it. So I grabbed a load too to make it a little bit more heavy, because the extra weight, in there definitely makes a difference. More compaction. I've never been a big fan of levelers either. There's a lot of people use levelers and different stuff like that in their silos. I've always just been a big fan ever since this dump bucket of 8,000 liters came out. I don't like using the silage fork. I don't like using the levelers. And like, I will use them. Like, I don't dislike them. I just prefer this big old bucket, you know? I use the 3,000 liter bucket forever. So when this one came out with that high capacity like that, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. And there was a few that came out that had like 5,000. I think like the silage bucket one is like 5,000, but man, you know, another 3,000 liters in one scoop, you know, oh yeah, can't beat that. Oh, 98, 99. We'll be at 100 here right now, but once we dump this back in, I think, we'll see we're back at 99 again. 98. So like as you're dumping your new load in, you'll then have to compact that. So after you get done with the extra weight, just run that over a couple times. We're at 99. Last little back and forth here, and we should be good to go. Just like that. Yep, 100%. So for now, we'll just back this up over here. Turn off the beacons. Oh yeah, where am I going? I come over here. It says blanket silo L3, 256,000 liters, 100% compacted, and we're gonna blanket it. So it looks just like that. This little bit right here looks like I should have got it all the way scooped up in there. Fermenting's already 1%. So all that's all done. Jump in here. For now, we're all done using this loading wagon. So we're gonna get her all brought down with this tractor over. Oh, see, this used to be where one of the factories was, but ever since, it's weird because this tree blocks my view. So to me, this looks like the driveway, the way this dirt here looks. But very often, I'm finding myself, if I haven't played this map for a little while, I'm turning in here to go into the main farm area. I wish there was more to that little area there. So I'm coming through here. It's hard to see that. I always turn there and I'm like, whoops. But the one I want is this rocky looking kind of gravelly kind of ground driveway. We'll go in here. I have a pressure washer just around the corner. Really liking that tractor. And I did buy this where, you know, hopefully I was able to afford buying this. I was just going to lease this tractor, but I did buy it, which this was the most expensive piece that we bought. But now we do own it. So like worst case scenario, if I did have to sell it, I would take a little bit of a loss, but it is some equity, you know. Is that the word I'm looking for? So I have a little bit of I'm lost for words. It's more of man, don't you hate when you have a loss for words? You're trying to think of a certain word or a certain thing or whatever, and it's right at the tip of your tongue, but you can't think about it. And yeah, I'll store this down here for now. I had the other one up on top, but I like these little storage sheds down here. Oh yeah, so the word I was looking for, a very simple word, but the word I'm looking for is an asset. To where some stuff, like all of our leased items are responsibilities. You know, an asset makes you money. Um, People think like having a house is an asset, but actually owning a house is actually a responsibility. You have um, payments to make, you have property taxes to pay. I don't have to pay anything on this tractor. This tractor I own free and clear, and this tractor makes me money. So this right here is an asset where this thing right here, it's making me money, but I'm also paying for it, and I have to make payments on it daily, which this is not an asset. This becomes a responsibility. That's like from like Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you guys ever want to go listen to any Rich Dad Poor Dad, I used to think I had assets. People have cars, car payments, houses, house payments. You could sell them and get money if you own them. You could sell them and get money, but a true asset is one that makes you money and you don't have to pay for anything. We do have to pay for like fuel, running costs, stuff like that, but this tractor is an asset. And it is indeed. So, what we are going to do next, I'm just going to park this here for a second. We are going. I'm not sure how long the stream will be is going to be going for. I'm going to try to figure out our next move here. Sometimes I do that off of screen. Almost every time I do that off of screen. But I am starting this from scratch with you guys. So let's see. We are up here. This is the main farm. We'll go ahead and bring our little retriever back. It is 11:27 a.m. So we still have quite a bit of time left in the day, but we do have to do quite a bit of work still. And you know, if we don't fully hit our goal of wiping off the daily leasing cost on our first day, that's fine. This is hard mode, so if we don't fully get up to that, it's not a big deal. We did already make $7,500. So not too bad there. I do want to check our leasing costs now as well because we did get that wheel loader. So we'll go in here to our main menu. Go over here to finances. So we're looking at $51,000 about with some change for the day. Construction costs. What was that from? Pressure washer maybe? That's an expensive pressure washer. Does that really cost that much? Yeah, it does. $4,500. That is an expensive pressure washer. Um, so yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. You know, if we need a few more days to get our stuff right, you know, we're at 50,000. We made $7,500 today off the oats. So let's see what our next thing will be. I have not looked at contracts yet. Let's see what we have for contracts. There's a few. Fertilizing. Doing that baling and stuff doesn't sound too bad there. Harvesting. Got some cotton going over there. That doesn't sound too bad for 5,000. Fertilizing. Got some harvesting. Let me just scroll down. What's this one? Harvesting. Yeah, I'm sure that will take some time. Not too bad a pay though. You always have to watch the pay though. If it's like, oh yeah, it's $16,000, almost 17 grand there. You know, minus, use your own equipment or lease equipment for award reduced by $820. It'd take a little bit of hit on that. You're still over 15 grand. But it is potatoes, so that can take some time. Field 23. What field is 23? Oh, 23. It's close. Good size field though here to be able to do that. Oh, let's see what else they had for contracts. It doesn't have to be the most expensive one, um, but one that you don't mind doing as much. Potatoes takes quite a bit of work, but you can do a quick one like this, fertilizing a little Macy Ferguson there with the front weight and a little backpack spreader. That's not too bad there. Pretty cheap one though. Should be fairly quick. But like I said, if I have to, while that compost is fermenting over there in the silo, if I knocked out, um, you know, 4 or 5 of these in a day, then we're almost covering our leasing costs there. I know that the leasing, um, it was only to do, um, to get everything going. I didn't make purchases. The leasing cost was to harvest that field, to get the trailer, both the trailers, like the loading wagon and that other trailer, and you know that that cost of that won't be compensated. We're going to do our best to get it down, but it really won't be compensated until we start taking our compost to sell. There's 250,000 liters in there. So, what's that, $125,000? Right, what was the market? Yeah, 544 over there for compost. If that's 500 for 1,000 liters, you have quarter million there. You're looking at 50%. So, it might be $130,000, give or take. That should cover all of our costs, and it should cover getting that field going as well. So we might just do that. I think that's what we'll do. We might. Contracts are good. Contracts are already set up. Contracts already have the equipment that you need if you want to borrow their equipment. So doing contracts is already there, already ready to go. You can earn the money if you've never done certain things before, either like potatoes or cotton, random stuff like that, or never tried out the equipment. Contracts is a good way to try out equipment without having to buy it at all. So that's usually fun there. But what we are going to do first, we're going to check our land. So we'll look at 17 here. And it is harvested. And of course, it needs plowing. It needs lime. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to plow that field, and then that'll probably be the end of the stream. I will come back. I'll do some lime. I'll get that field going again. I'm not sure if there'll probably be bits and pieces of this that I'm doing off camera, but you guys won't miss too much off of this stream. Like my other videos, I might work for 3 or 4 hours on some of those maps and stuff like that before, in between you guys seeing what goes on. So this one, you guys won't miss too much. So we'll go in here. Oops, we'll go in here to plows. It is a subsoiler, but it's not a subsoiler on here. So we are going to go into plows. And they have this little one. This one's cute. It's only 4 meters. But this 6M subsoiler, 17 grand. I might lease that for now as well. Only $867 to lease. Per day is only $170. So not too bad. 170 bucks to keep that around. It would take quite a few days to get $17,000 worth there. So let's see what we're going to change it to. Don't quite like that. What it should be is that, and then that. I think that looks pretty good for that fat. So we are just going to lease that for $897. Hey yo, um, how's it going, man? Hello. appreciate commenting, watching the video, and stuff like that. Just buying this little 6M plow here. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't buy it. I leased it. So now I'm gonna go hop in this Fent here, go drive down to the store, and we'll pick up that plow. I was gonna go and get like a little cultivator and start cultivating. Since we're doing plowing, we won't have to cultivate that, but we will have to plow it. We'll have to put lime down. We'll have to do some fertilizer, and then we'll have to drop some seed and some more fertilizer. It's going to be some work, especially on this hard mode here, so bear with me. It's going to be a lot, but yeah, look at that gray with the gray and the red. See, that matches great. Doesn't that look good? Gray's a little bit different, but hey, I think it looks great. Let's go put some dirt on it. So we're just gonna go back up here. Oops. And just go up here, go past our main farm, and back down to 17. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And a lot of times too, here, I'll do it right now. A lot of times too, I'll go in, I'll turn off my help window. I have that on quite a bit for myself, and that's because it shows you where triggers are, and it shows you your fill level, compaction, fermentation. Oh man, that flashing! It shows you a lot of stuff on that help window that you could, if it doesn't pop up on there, you can't tell. So sometimes I'll just leave it up, but during my videos I should close it. It's like I don't necessarily need it for myself. This one you could also create fields with. You go into allow create fields. We are not expanding this one. This one's already pretty good, so off we go already. Oh, already missed little bits. But yeah, this thing's nice. It does 10 miles an hour, so 6 meters wide. For the size of it, it's my favorite plow. Yeah, if you want a big one that can do the same type of thing, you get like the flex coil off of the Field Creator Pack mod. That one's pretty big, and it doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like it's being plowed, but it still acts the same. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, this one does a good job. Yeah, these trees are all super low hanging, you know. If you're like over here, these trees are like all up in your way, so, just another challenge. Also, all the edges of all the fields are super close to all the fences. Another challenge. But I think it's great. It's a lot of attention to detail in this map. Super fun to play this one. New crop types. New production types. There's like 4 new crop types. You got take your milk and make cheese. You could take your wheat and make flour. You can take your sunflowers and make sunflower seed oil. You can take your straw, turn it into waste, compact it down and ferment it like we're doing and make compost. You can take wood chips and take them up to the laminate board factory after you own it and make laminated boards. You could do pellets on here. You can't have the straw harvest mod or DLC on here because there's already too many things. Yeah, you have to take wood chips, and there's a special bunker for them. You take your wood chips and compact them and ferment them just like you would do with chaff to silage or straw to compost. You ferment your wood chips down, and that becomes biomass. And you can take your biomass over there to the pellet factory, and you can make pellets like that. I have not done that one yet. So, well, on this map, we'll probably be getting into doing a little bit of all that. It's good to have like your pallets of stuff that you have to go and pick up every day. It takes a little bit more time. It is more work, but you kind of squeeze more dollar out of your crop when you do that. You know, you do have to buy everything initially. You have to buy all the factories, all the land that all the little factories are sitting on. But once you own them, you can use them. It does take a little bit of time to get the initial cost to be even again. You know, to be able to pay for it. It takes a little bit of time to be able to pay for, you know, a couple $100,000 worth of land purchases. So the initial investment's high, but after time, you know, you're making money off of it. So you gotta take money to make money. And on this map, it's going to be a little bit more work to get the money to make the money. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little series. Hard mode, the Coronella. I'll start from scratch. And again, if you guys weren't following in the beginning, I started this map, I put everything to hard. This is start from scratch, but La Coronella, you still start with some equipment. So I sold off all the equipment. With the starting $500,000 and all the equipment sold, I was just over $1 million. I bought the main farm, I bought this one field, I bought this tractor and a couple other things, leased a harvester, I leased other equipment. We have $117,000 and some change left, and we're going to try and make it happen. We did do 250,000 liters of straw off this field, so that's over there. We compacted that down, got that fermenting. So hopefully after today, maybe tomorrow, it might be ready in game time. It's only 11:42 here, so this one day will take some time to pass through. So we'll see what we can get done in this one day. Like I said, we have $117,000 left, so we'll see what we could do with leasing some more equipment to be able to prep this field. So after we do the loads, after we get this field all ready to go, hopefully the fermenting is all done, we could do loads of compost down to Coronella with this tractor and that trailer. Like a 52,000 liter capacity on that trailer. So it'll take 5 loads, 4.5 loads to get down there, and that should get our money up a little bit more, and we'll go from there. Hopefully after that and a couple other things, we'll have enough to maybe buy one more field. And we'll be doing wheat on this field as well. And wheat will be good. We'll have straw for compost, just like we did before. I'm sure we'll get more yield off of the wheat because we will fertilize 100%. And that field of oats that we harvested was only 50%. So when you fertilize all the way, it definitely has, you know, if you have more wheat, you have more straw. So that should be pretty good. Hopefully get us up into 300,000 range or so on that. So our next round of compost will also be more. Yeah, plowing doesn't take too long. Not too bad. You know, in this game, it is definitely fun to jump on with, you know, $999 million and buy whatever you want. But man, doing it like this, way more realistic. Because you got to grind, man. Farming's not easy. It's cool work, but it's not easy. This game makes it seem way too easy. So when you bust yourself down to hard mode and hard economy and No government subsidies or no cheat type of stuff. You can have mods, but the mods you still have to use. You still have to put in all the work. But when you get up there and you're able to go into the store and buy a $500,000 tractor without breaking the bank, man, it feels a lot better when you have to work hard for it. But yeah, this plow's nice. I've used so many other plows. As soon as this mod came out, I was all over it because it's straight, it folds up real easy and fast. And you get in anywhere with it. Man, it's just so many things about this mod I love, 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 love. It's only 6 meters wide, but man, I see at 10 mile an hour. Yeah, we're doing well. We're getting right through it quick. I love the sound of that too. Just ripping through there. Sounds super good. I have a full headset, so a lot of times when I'm playing, if I'm not streaming or something, nobody's on a party chat with me, I'll crank the sound up so I can hear it ripping and hear the tractor going super loud. I love it. Yeah, when you do get the passes like this thing is like super easy. You just raise it up real quick. It does 10 mile an hour. You can like leave this thing down. It turns around pretty good just by leaving it in the ground. But I usually pick it up when I turn around. I love it. You just lower it down and off you go. Ripping. If you ever notice it going lower than 10, like 9 or 8 miles an hour, definitely needs to get repaired. They do take a beating, especially if you're on a bigger field and you're plowing for some hours, So if you start plowing slow, make sure you get it repaired. You don't have to, but when you repair your tool, it goes full speed, so you don't want to get held up by a couple miles an hour on a big field. You want to keep it going as fast as you can, full speed. Yeah, I'm not fully sure on what I have in store for you guys tomorrow. I should be able to drop another stream tomorrow. It's either be on here or Sussex Farms. It might be on here. This one seems kind of fun, kind of entertaining. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys want to see. I have No Man's Land coming up. I do have another No Man's Land save game that has a bunch of cows on seasons. So I was thinking about showing you guys that eventually. I have my other La Coronella map that's on easier mode, but still a start from scratch, no money cheats or nothing. I'll probably be just doing that one off camera since I'm already doing this map here. I do have the No Man's Land as well that I'm plowing the entire field, so make sure you guys stay tuned with that. We already got lime going down. We already have some seed going down as well, so I think it's doable. It's going to be one entire map, no trees, no nothing, soybeans, the entire map. I don't think it's ever been done on PS4. If it has, please let me know. I want to check that out. I know it's been, I know it's been done on PC. DJ Go Ham was doing that. But he has mods, 800-meter wide plowers, and 621,000 mile an hour tractors and stuff. So I'm getting her done on PlayStation with all the regular mods, plowing 9 miles an hour, baby. So it's definitely going to take some work. It already has taken some work, but we're getting through it a lot faster than I thought we would, to be honest. And man, it just makes me laugh every time I'm on there. I just look around, and it just makes me giggle because it's gonna be outrageous to harvest that. Oh, I missed a little bit here. Every once in a while, I miss little bits with this plow, but it does a good job. It gets most of it. Yeah. Also, too, if you guys ever have any ideas for content or anything that you guys would like to see more specifically, please drop a comment and let me know. I probably won't be able to get to everybody's stuff, but if it sounds fun or entertaining or stuff like that, I'll try and squeeze it in there. If you have a really good idea on some kind of role play idea or some kind of let's play idea or a specific map that you would like to see, stuff like that, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know. That way we can check it out. I don't mind starting new maps that I've never played. Try them out, give them a go. You never know until you try it. And there's a lot of maps out there that I haven't played yet. I played all the basic stuff. I played some login maps, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, if there's some new stuff out there that you guys want to see, or man, hell, even new mods that come out that you guys want to see, I could probably also make that happen as well. I do switch around a lot of my mods pretty often. I have a lot of the basic ones that I use, but I do constantly go through and delete or uninstall and reinstall different mods. So if there's a specific mod that you guys would like to check out, I might be able to help there as well. So let me know. Drop a comment. Yeah, we're almost done here. I'll go to the south side now. Just a few more passes and we'll get this all buttoned up here. And then next we'll have to lease a little fertilizer spreader, lime spreader. But if we do that, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see what we could do for fertilizer on here. I'm going to try to keep that down to a minimum. Oops. I was just thinking what I might start doing too. My content sometimes like all over the place. And, I don't take any notes of anything. So what I really need to do is get a little notepad, old school pen and paper, and just have it next to me here so I can write down little notes, little contents, little ideas, stuff we talk about. So in the future, I'll be jotting there. Also, what I was just thinking about is that I would like to pay attention to how much I spend on fertilizing, because fertilizing a field, even though this side is not cheap, but I don't think it shows you exactly how much you spend on fertilizing a field. So I wouldn't mind writing down some notes on how much fertilizer I have to buy, um, just to keep an eye on making sure it's the most cost effective. When you're not getting that much money for your crop, you want to make sure it's sustainable and you'll be able to keep on going the next route. You don't want to do a whole crop, do all the plowing, all the lime, all the fertilizing, all the seeding, all the harvesting, all that just to break even. You wouldn't get anywhere doing that. So we got to make sure we're the most cost effective here. So that's all done there. And that's probably going to end our stream tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this new hard mode Let's Play Coronella on console. Hard everything. I don't have Withering on, and I don't have weeds on, so I could make it a little bit harder by putting those on. I think I will go ahead and leave those off for now. Economy's on hard, traffic's on, dirt's on fast. If there was a higher fuel usage besides just low fuel usage in default, I would use a fast fuel usage, so that way I'd have to go and get gas more often, make it more realistic. Um, but yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions or any of that kind of stuff, like I said, go ahead and drop a comment in, or whatever. Join the live feeds. You can always go back in and comment on past videos as well. I usually try to go back in and keep up to date on all my old content as well. Not old, but past content, and any new comments and stuff like that. They won't be missed if you go into my other videos comment on those as well. So appreciate you guys all being here with me, sticking with me for 2 hours or so. I think it's about 2 hours here on this live stream. Um, Appreciate all you guys out there, the whole farm sim community, and all that stuff going on. I know it's crazy times right now, but everybody just has to stick together, keep on going, and we'll make it through it. So this is going to end it for the day. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Check out Irish Wolf Gaming. He has a bunch of stuff over there as well that we've been working on. So check him out. But yeah, until next time, you guys have a great night. And you guys, peace out.